Hi there! Welcome to Swakopmund and to my channel. My name is Kalu and I'm super excited that you're here today. I will be going out into the desert to look for the Welwitschias and would like to take you along. Are you ready for a little adventure? Awesome! We are going on the Welwitschia Plains Scenic Drive today and it is in the Namib Park. So we need to get a permit from the Ministry of Environment and Tourism. They are on Bismarck Street in town in the same building as the NWR.
The form for me and I'll give you the receipt.
Oh, okay.
The price list is here.
Okay.
It's $50 per person, $50 per vehicle per day.
Okay.
Are you going for overnight?
No, I'll be coming back today.
Okay, that will be $100 for you.
Okay.
Are you paying with the card or with? We still have the area map in case you forget something.
Okay.
Yeah, you can still look at it, the information about that road to the Welwitschia. You can still remind yourself. Yes, I'll give it to you.
Alright. So I have to pay $100.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, it's Thank you very much.
Two questions.
Yes.
What happens if I don't get a permit and I go into the desert without a permit?
Yeah, if you go into the desert without a permit, you will be given a ticket, a fine.
Okay, and how much is that fine?
It's a beautiful heavy fine. It's 2,500 per person. Now that we have that out of the way, here are a few essential items you will need for the trip. A wide brim hat because it gets extremely hot in the desert and you need to shelter yourself from the sun. The sun can be quite unforgiving out there, so yeah, you need to protect yourself. You also need to take along some sunscreen. I currently use an SPF 50 sunscreen that should do the trick. You need to take along some water because, like I said, it gets really hot in the desert. You need to keep hydrated, to avoid collapsing and so forth. And I would also highly recommend taking along some snacks to keep up your electrolytes, because it's quite hot and you get quite exhausted in there. Then you also need to take along a plastic bag. Now this plastic bag is for your trash, the trash that you will generate from everything else that you're taking into the desert, your snacks and so forth. We do not litter around here, and so we don't need you doing that. Put all your trash in this bag and then bring it back to town and throw it away in a bin. If you're uncomfortable with using plastic bags, then by all means, please take a paper bag and use it to store your trash that you can come and throw away in. This is the turn off to the Welwitschia trail. I see that the sign fell off over here, but you basically follow that road and your adventures begin. I made it out to the first beacon of the trail. I somehow had missed it before, so y'all just gotta understand. So anyways, here's our first beacon, the Lichen field. I found out after my trip that it is actually pronounced Lichen and not Lichen. Dry plant, give it water and watch it come back to life.
At first glance, the lichens look like black fragments of dead plant on the ground, but they unfold and change color when you give them a few drops of water. They depend for their survival on the mist that moves in from the sea over the desert at night. And one cool little fact about them is that they have no roots. I'm supposed to find some plants here. I don't see them, so I'm thinking it's the ones across the road. So I'm crossing the road to see if they are plants I should be finding. I'm not sure if that's the plant but here we are. There's a few. Oh yes, this is actually this is the actual plant I should be finding here. This is the plant from the second beacon. I found better versions of it, if I can say that. Onto the third beacon. This is where we find the old wagon trails that are still visible to this day. If you look out in the distance over there, just behind the sign, you can see what looks like a road. So that's where the ox wagons used to come through. And this is what it looks like in the present day. The fourth beacon offers the first sighting of the world-renowned moon landscapes. These were formed millions of years ago and are visible among the valleys of the Swakopmund River. An absolutely beautiful place, so you know your girl had to do the most, put on a pretty dress, strike a few poses, take a couple of pictures. Think about it. Why would you go to such a beautiful place and not take beautiful pictures? Beacon number 6 offers you the most incredible views of the moon landscapes. It is absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh, I could sit here for hours and just look at it, but unfortunately it was just too hot and a girl had to go. The seventh beacon reveals remnants of a World War I desert camp. It is said that on this spot, South African troops made camp for a few days in 1915 during the First World War. So you will just find some rusted items, broken bottles. You guys, I need to warn you about the road between Beacon 7 and 8. It is quite corrugated, so you need to drive carefully. I mean, the car will just go goo 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 the whole time. But anyways, after that left turn, it gets so much more beautiful. So just hang in there and then, enjoy the rest of the trip. This is the Dolerite dike, which was created by molten lava oozing through cracks in the granite surface many thousands of years ago and then cooling, leaving a dark ridge of hard rock. Finally, at beacon number 10, this is an oasis of the Swakopmund River Valley, and you can picnic amongst the trees here. Oh my gosh, guys, this is such a beautiful place. It is so cool under those trees. You could forget that you're in the desert for that little time that you're in there. I highly suggest that you take a little break and have a little picnic in here, but please don't forget to take your trash along with you. Beacon 11 finally brings us to the unique habitat of the Welwitschia mirabilis, which is unique to the Namib Desert. It is Earth's most fascinating and longest lived plant, dotted among the barren expanses of gravel and sand at Beacon 11. The plants are unisexual, and at this point of the trail, both the male and female plants are marked for easy identification. At Beacon 12, you will come across the big Welwitschia, which is estimated to be over 1,500 years old and still growing. I don't think this particular one is it, but I went around in the area to look at the other Welwitschias because there are quite a number of them in this area. is yet another dollar bush. I honestly think I fell in love with this plant because I was a bit disappointed at Beacon 2 when it looked so dry and I thought I wouldn't see it again. I think this is the Welwitschia that is over 1,500 years old. I don't know. I think somebody once told me that it's marked with the rocks. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. We've made it to the end of the Welwitschia Plains Scenic Drive. Thank you so much for coming along with me and sticking it out to this point of the video. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel. Also feel free to leave a comment down below. This was my very first YouTube video and I was a bit nervous about it, but I'm so glad that I went through with it. I hope you really enjoyed this little adventure as much as I did because I want to share many more adventures with you. Thank you once again for watching my video. I hope you have subscribed to my channel. Until next time, be you, do you, for you.